I'm in.
On Monday, May 27, 1985.
Oh, okay. Here. All right, let's see what we got here. Hawaiian inmates handle California criminal. Okay, so this is wow, decoy voice is talking about the guy. He saw the dude again. He knows about the dude. I think decoy voice does live in California.
Kindness to criminals is cruelty to victims. As 2 years ago, the Tesla attacker was terrifying Los Angeles driver.
Yeah, I remember seeing this. Yeah, I remember seeing this one and this one when the shit first happened. Yeah, I remember this one vividly. This one was insane. The dude just runs out in the fucking middle of the freeway and just attacks him.
Angeles drivers all across the city.
The number of road rage attacks that we know about is now up to 10, all linked to the same man.
And even though they finally arrested him,
charged with
they just
assault,
fucking let him
threats,
out.
vandalism, and elder abuse. Some are felony charges, others misdemeanors. Investigators say Radamak has a lengthy
that dude has a fucking that dude has a blunt weapon. He's using a fucking weapon, hitting people's cars and vandalizing people's shit. He could even hit people if he wanted to. It looked like he was trying to at that point.
2 decades and crossing multiple states.
Radamak has been booked into the 77th Street Jail. He's being held on
Oh, actually, no. He's also been caught on camera, too, punching people. So, yes, he has been assaulting people, too.
$1.1 million bail.
Now
Put
you
that
would think
motherfucker
this
in
would
jail.
finally
What the
be
fuck?
mission accomplished. Mountains of video evidence, mainly female victims.
Yeah, literally,
$5 million
like
bail. But you can't
6
forget,
different
this
offenses.
is Los Angeles, California, whose
like,
official
holy
mascot
shit,
at this
man.
point is the violent criminal. As even though he was given a 5-year prison sentence, he was paroled only 10 months later.
Yeah, he got paroled.
Kindness to criminals is cruelty
Good
to
behavior
victims, especially
bullshit.
since Los Angeles just sacrificed several new victims to the altar of the liberal justice system. As 2 years later, he was found in Hawaii again, attacking woman in another road rage incident. And shortly after that, he was also seen attacking a girl
this
at
person
a gym.
at the gym.
So again, he was arrested and thrown in jail awaiting trial.
The person at the
Somebody
gym was
snapped
the
this image
Hawaii
at a
one.
local hospital after he was allegedly beaten by other inmates and placed in a wheelchair.
Oh,
now, the replies were filled
shit.
with
So
effort
that's
and
what happened. He got knocked. Holy shit, he looks so bad right there. He looks like he got fucked up. Dude, he looks like he got beat up by like 4 or 5 people just beating on him. Holy shit. Yeah, dude, he looks fucked up.
inmates and placed in a wheelchair. Now the replies were filled with F around and find out, Hawaii edition, trying to put money on the books of the guys that did this to him. But as he was seen in orange and stripes, it was likely when he was going to court. And this wasn't for the woman, but just for mouthing off to other inmates.
Yeah, probably.
Which makes it especially concerning, as he's not facing charges for the gym attack, as his bail is just set at $100,000.
What? That's
and after
insane.
his beating, he now has a chance to be freed on bail. Every single step of the justice system has failed to protect society across
Are you
several
fucking
states
kidding
and
me? That
apparently
motherfucker
several
was
decades
assaulting people.
from this one guy. And the only time he
That dude
received
could kill
any form
someone.
of justice was from the hands of other inmates, which will likely only enrage him further to take it out on more defenseless members of our society. As the oddly overlooked aspect of this guy is he primarily
he
preys
even
on
had
women,
problems in the
specifically
slammer,
older
man. The
women.
fucking
And back
inmates
in
fucked him up
2023,
because he was mouthing
KTLA
off.
found this.
Among the discoveries, a dating site for
Wanted
cougars
to
and
start
cubs
some shit with
and
some
various
inmates, and
pictures.
well, he fucked
KTLA
around and found
a
out,
private
right?
Instagram account for Nathaniel Radamak that boasts your mom's
Your
lover and
mom's
talk to my crowbar.
Now, I can't pretend to be a criminal profiler, but if those are truly his online accounts, our most vulnerable will never be safe as long as he's walking free. But as his charges are in Hawaii, I wouldn't be surprised if he's out within the year. Loud lies lose to quiet truths, so help us find what they hide by clicking subscribe.
Oh You know, people are wild. I mean, look, if you're like California, you let people out the you let people out of the zoo, and well, that shit happens, right? Fuck it. You know, you don't put the people in the straitjackets when you need them, and it's like, oh well, yeah, they're out on the streets again. Shit. I mean, it's like that one. I wonder what's going on with that one motherfucker that sexually assaulted and impregnated people in the women's facility. Yeah, that dude who said he was transgender. Yeah, I wonder where that motherfucker is. This. Uh. What do we got? What do we got? Let's go with this one. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of like all the news.
Explain America, and Kristi Noem just went full ninja.
Oh,
Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Kristi Noem was in a hearing in the House of Representatives when she was confronted by Representative Goldman. And Representative Goldman was furious.
Oh, Goldman. Oh, Goldman's that Democratic cunt, isn't he?
What was going on with Kilmar Abrego Garcia? Now, you may know him.
Oh, no, not the Abrego. Not the Garcia shit again. Jesus fucking
accused not once but twice by his wife of
dude, still?
Violence,
what the fuck?
Who was accused by
why?
Of possibly running
why do you still fucking care?
And who was accused by the federal government
Holy
of being
shit,
a member of the
fucking
MS-13
find a gun and pull the trigger on yourself. My god.
The Democrats are
still trying to die on that fucking hill.
This is going to be on every Republican's campaign ad in 2026. Well, Representative Goldman demanded answers. He wants due process for this criminal.
He wants
due process for this.
Motherfucker already got due process. Motherfucker got caught up smuggling people. And then he got caught fucking beating up his goddamn wife. Like, what?
He wants due process for this human smuggler. Who's not a legal resident of this country.
What?
Because due process.
I'm sorry, what is your
He's
name?
Not even legally here. Well, Kristi Noem, she dropped
El
Cucino.
Okay, really nice name
cut
there.
Into shreds in what I think
Supremo
whoever runs
69.
against him for Congress should use in a campaign ad. What she said to him here.
What
guys,
are you, a fucking Johnny Somali?
And then I want you to let me know what you think.
What a fucking Ramsey Khalid Ismail.
Secretary Kristi Noem's been a big part of that. She's an ICE raid regular. Noem hit the Hill today, proposing her department's budget. Democrats didn't hear a word because all they could think about is what she's wearing.
Whatever got you here, Secretary Noem, I'm glad you found time among your many photo ops and costume changes to testify about why President Trump is seeking more taxpayer dollars.
After insulting the secretary, Democrats did the unthinkable. They relapsed on their favorite drug, the Maryland Dad.
What steps
my name is the Crazy and Supreme Pig 69. Yes.
Pursuant to this court order.
It's got to be
as I can see that,
discouraging
yes.
to be one of your constituents. To see you fight for a terrorist like this and not fight for them is extremely alarming to me.
How do you do?
Due process. And that's under the Constitution. Gentlemen's time has expired.
Swalwell couldn't help himself.
Oh, not Swalwell. Oh, shit, he's coming into the mix, too.
Fell harder for the gangster than Fang Fang.
I'm sorry, I have a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old. I have a bull detector.
Damn, they keep throwing the fucking the Chinese spy allegations at.
I'm just asking you, is this doctored or not doctored?
Sir, the protocols in the case built against
Can you
Abrego
answer the
Garcia
question?
were exactly the same. We will not be bringing.
Was it doctored or not?
Noem's right.
Doctored or not? What the fuck are you saying? Oh yeah, I forgot about Anyways, oh yeah, fuck. Oh. All right, well, what do we got here? This is the oh, okay, yeah, the special. Yeah, I already knew this was the case. I mean, look, when you got nations with fucking black ops stuff going.
Ex-UK Special Forces break silence on war crimes by colleagues. Well, we knew. At least they're being honest about it now. Former members of UK Special Forces have broken years of silence to give BBC
anyone with a
Panorama
fucking brain could already see this
war
shit.
crimes committed by colleagues in Iraq and Afghanistan. You know, those two places that we had no business being in. Invaded Afghanistan, it turned out that it turned out that Osama wasn't even there. House in Pakistan, of all places, and he was being sheltered by the Pakistan government, but don't worry about that. And also, Iraq had no WMDs.
Yep.
Millions dead, tens of thousands of soldiers, all wounded, injured.
All on the premise of a
PTSD,
biohazard weapon, hey?
Also, America could get oil for, you know, a few dollars off each drum. But anyway, giving their accounts publicly for the first time, the veterans described seeing members of the SES murder unarmed people in their sleep and execute handcuffed detainees, including children. They handcuffed a young boy and shot him, recalled one veteran who served with the SES in Afghanistan. It was clearly a child, not even close to fighting age. Killing of detainees became routine, the veteran said. They'd search someone, handcuff them, then shoot them, before cutting off the plastic cuffs used to restrain people and planting a pistol by the body, he said. The new testimony includes allegations of war crimes stretching over more than a decade, far longer than the 3 years currently being examined by a judge-led public inquiry in the UK. The SBS, the Royal Navy's Elite Special Forces Regiment, is also implicated for the first time in the most serious allegations, executions of unarmed and wounded people. A veteran who served with the SBS said some troops had a mob mentality, describing their behaviour on operations as barbaric. Well, it's war. No, I'm not justifying this shit at all. I saw the quietest guys switch for serious psychopathic traits, he said. They were lawless, they felt untouchable. Special forces were deployed to Afghanistan to protect British troops from Taliban fighters and bomb makers. The conflict was a deadly one for members of the UK's armed forces. 457 lost their lives and thousands more were wounded. Asked by the BBC about the new eyewitness testimony, the Ministry of Defence said it was fully committed to supporting the ongoing public inquiry into the alleged war crimes and that it urged all veterans with relevant information to come forward. It said that it was not appropriate for the MOD to comment on allegations which may be in the inquiry's scope. Psychotic murderers in the regiment. The eyewitness testimony offers the most detailed public account of the killings
is this by BBC?
From former members of UK Special Forces, UKSF. The umbrella group.
Yeah, every time I
SAS,
read BBC
SBS,
like
The
headlines, it's like
the testimony from more than 30 people who served with
nice
or
way to
alongside
like
UK Special
fucking
Forces
be retards about the goddamn headlines.
Panorama into allegations
yeah, it's just certain headlines. Just it's just
now,
so
the SAS,
bad.
we do like them. You know, they're pretty cool.
They don't even encompass what the fuck they're even talking about some of the time. They're like some of the headlines are just fucking rage bait or just stupid or racist.
Of men going around doing drive-by shootings, and then they managed to catch some of them, and it turned out that the guys were actually SAS, and that happened in Northern Ireland and Afghanistan and Iraq. So anyway. Speaking on condition of anonymity because of a de facto code of... By the way, they were plain clothes as well when they were going around doing drive-by shootings. In Iraq, they were dressed up with the fucking wraps and robes and all that stuff.
The turbans.
As well. And when they actually got caught and captured, they got them out and went, wait a minute, this is two white English guys, and they held them hostage, and then the SAS had to go in and get them back. But anyway, those laws state... Oh, wait. Never mind, I haven't read the last one. Speaking on condition of anonymity because of a de facto code of silence around Special Forces operations, the eyewitnesses told the BBC that the laws of war were being regularly and intentionally broken by the country's most elite regiments during operations in both Iraq and Afghanistan. Those laws state that on such operations, people can be deliberately killed only when they pose a direct threat to the lives of British troops or others. But members of the SES and SBS were making their own rules, the eyewitnesses said. If a target had popped up on the list 2 or 3 times before, then we'd go in with the intention of killing them. There was no attempt to capture them, said one veteran who served with the SES, referring to people who had been previously captured, questioned, and then released. Sometimes we'd check we'd identified the target, confirm their ID, then shoot them, he said. Often the squadron would just go and kill all the men that they found there. One witness who served with the SES said that killing could become an addictive thing to do and that some members of the elite regiment were intoxicated by that feeling in Afghanistan. There were lots of psychotic murderers, he said.
Basically, they get the bloodlust going.
On some operations, the troop would go into guest house type buildings and kill everyone in there, he said. They'd go in
maniac
and
behavior,
sleeping
really.
there on entry.
Right,
it's
sadistic,
not justified
fucking
killing
cruel
people
behavior.
in their sleep. Yeah, but you don't
Out
know if
for
there's
blood.
a bomb vest or something nearby, like, is complicated. Like, basically, anyone who has actually served, in the comments, they're going to pipe up. Now, the handcuff thing, that's not justified, but going in there, you don't know if they've got a gun under the pillow, you don't know what they have, right? It's a complicated thing which I'm not trained to give advice on, so I'm not going to. A veteran who served with the SBS told the BBC that after bringing an area under control, assault teams would sweep through the area, shooting anyone on the ground, checking the bodies, and killing anyone left alive. It was expected, not hidden, everyone knew, he said. Intentionally killing wounded people who do not pose a threat would be a clear breach of international law. But the SBS veteran told Panorama that wounded people were routinely killed. He described one operation during which a medic was treating someone who had been shot but was still breathing. Then one of our blokes came up to him. There was a bang. He'd been shot in the head at point-blank range, he said. The killings were completely unnecessary,
straight executioner style.
Those are not mercy killings, it's murder. More junior members of assault teams were told.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys go full-on judge, jury, executioner, and they go mad.
Instructions such as "he's not coming back to base with us" or "this detainee."
Hey man, that's war. War does some fucked up shit to you.
Detainees were people who had surrendered,
that, but,
been searched by special forces, and were typically handcuffed.
Turns people into literal killing machines.
Civilians or prisoners of war. A former SAS operator also described learning of an operation in Iraq.
I mean, this is what happens when you get... There have been rogue operators, too, that have gone rogue and attacked their own fucking country.
There's no professionalism in that,
so
the
that
former
happens.
operator said. The killing was never properly investigated, he added. According to the SAS veteran, the problem started long before the regiment moved across to Afghanistan, and senior commanders were aware of that. The testimony, as well as new video evidence obtained by the BBC from SAS operations in Iraq in 2006, also supports previous reporting by Panorama that SAS squadrons kept count of their kills to compete with one another. I mean, a lot of soldiers do that. Sources told the BBC that some members of the SAS kept their own individual counts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all military
on one 6-month tour of Afghanistan. Yeah, but in what context? Like, it's war. And the SAS are good, right? You have to give them that, right? They're very, very good at what they do.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of
anyway,
the right. They're one of the top.
It seems like he was trying to get a kill on every operation. Every night, someone got
Special
killed.
Forces.
A former colleague said.
Right,
the
up there
operator
with the
was
Green
notorious
Berets.
in the squadron. He genuinely seemed like a psychopath. The former colleague added. In
Canada
one
doesn't have a
sources
special
say became
forces.
infamous inside the SAS. The operator allegedly
slit
the throat of an injured Afghan man after telling an officer not to shoot the man again. It was because he wanted to go and finish the wounded guy off with his knife, another former colleague said. He wanted to, blood his knife. like the Fremen, well, they were in the desert. Sorry. Knowledge of the alleged crimes was not confined to small teams or individual squadrons, according to the testimony. Within the UK Special Forces command structure, everyone knew what was happening, said one veteran. I'm not taking away from personal responsibility, but everyone knew, he said. There was implicit approval for what was happening. To avoid scrutiny of the killings, eyewitnesses said members of the SAS and SBS would plant so-called drop weapons on the bodies of the dead to make it look as though they had been armed in the photographs routinely taken by Special Forces teams at the scene.
Basically, make it look like they killed themselves or something, or they were fighting amongst themselves.
Said a former SAS operator. Another veteran said operators would carry AK-47 rifles, which had a folding stock, because they were easier to fit into their rucksacks and easier to bring onto a target and plant by a body. Reports were fiction. Oh dear. Officers would help to falsify post-operational reports in order to avoid scrutiny for the actions of assault teams.
Man, they went full down. They went down the whole process.
We understood how to write up serious incident reviews, so they wouldn't trigger a referral to the military police.
They went down the whole right. They went through the whole 9 yards.
A shooting could represent a breach of the rules of conflict. You'd get a phone call from the legal advisor or one of the staff officers in HQ. They'd pick you up on it. And
they tried to
clarify the language. Do you remember someone making a sudden move? Oh yeah, I do now. That's all.
You're talking?
It was built into the way we operated. That's the way government as a whole operates,
basically.
Especially the military. Oh, people are
you trying to
talk?
talk?
In the comments. The reports were a fiction, another UKSF veteran said. An intelligence officer who worked with the SBS described reports which said they had been caught in a firefight, while the photos showed bodies with multiple clean headshots. Falsified paperwork could help prevent an investigation by the Royal Military Police, but British Special Forces operations generated deep concern from Afghan commanders and Afghan government officials. David Cameron, who made 7 visits to Afghanistan as Prime Minister between June 2010 and November 2013, the period now under scrutiny by the SAS Public Inquiry, was repeatedly made aware of the concerns by Afghan President Hamid Karzai, according to multiple people who attended the meetings. Mr. Karzai repeatedly mentioned this issue. Former Afghan National Security Advisor Dr. Rangan Dadfar-Spanta told Panorama. He said Lord Cameron could have been left in no doubt that there were allegations of civilians, including children, being killed during operations carried out by UK Special Forces. Don't you just love paying taxes to fund this stuff? It's great.
Man.
Extrajudicial executions of children by military personnel. God, I love taxation. The Afghan president.
I mean, we fund nukes, or not nukes. I'm sorry. We fund bombardments of killing innocent civilians sometimes.
Or military leader who would have missed the fact that this was a major irritant for him, said General Douglas Lute, a former U.S. ambassador to NATO.
I mean,
General Lute said it would have been extraordinarily
obviously the government doesn't tell us where the. Obviously, the government doesn't want to tell us where the fucking money's going to, right? Because of this shit. Because if people knew exactly what the fuck was happening with some of the money that's going to the war effort, they'd be like, what the fuck? We don't want this. Well, at least some of them would.
Against British forces that the British chain of command was not aware of. A spokesperson for Lord Cameron told Panorama that, to the best of Lord Cameron's recollection, the issue...
It's either you defend your own country or you fuck up other countries. I don't know.
Issues raised by President Karzai were about NATO forces in general, and that specific incidents with respect to UK Special Forces were not raised. A spokesperson also said that it was right that we await the official findings of the inquiry, adding that any suggestion that Lord Cameron colluding and covering up allegations of serious criminal wrongdoings is total nonsense. Unlike many other countries, including the US and France, the UK has no parliamentary oversight of its elite special forces regiments. Strategic responsibility for their actions falls ultimately to the Prime Minister, along with the Defence Secretary and Head of Special Forces. Interesting. Bruce Holder KC, a former director of service prosecutions responsible for bringing charges and prosecuting those serving in the armed forces, told Panorama that he hoped the public inquiry would examine the extent of Lord Cameron's knowledge of alleged civilian casualties on British Special Forces operations. You need to know how far the rot went up, Mr. Holder said. Look at this whistleblowing for the BBC, which is the Tor network, because Special Forces guys, even when they're retired, they get watched. They get watched very, very closely. Now, do I believe that this happened? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I do. They get caught doing it in Northern Ireland back in the day.
Yeah.
And everyone as well. Yeah, they've done it a lot. They've done this stuff a lot.
I mean, I'm pretty sure even the U.S. government fucking makes sure that none of the fucking Green Beret guys are doing any of this shady shit too.
Bomb making stuff that the UDA and the UVF had. Guess where they got it from? It was military hardware that they were using. But anyway, if this is something that they have in fact done and it gets proven, then I want them to face justice. However, the fact that they were like, it's totally okay to kill kids. It's war, you know, and yeah, I get it. War can make men go a little bit fucky-wucky, right? I totally understand that. However, if someone's handcuffed and they're no longer a threat, you're a bitch. Right, that's you want to murder. You shouldn't go into war with the hope and desire to kill someone.
At that point
Basically,
you're just being a fucking murderer.
You are,
right? You're just execution.
Puppy,
you're just literally executing
let's
people.
Keep an eye on this and see
what the fuck? You literally cuff them and then you straight up execute them. What the fuck? Holy shit, man! Man, you see that shit in movies. You're not supposed to hear that shit in real life, okay? Oh, cat's out of the bag now. Fuck it. I mean, anyone with the brain had an inkling to know that some of this shit is going on. Come on, there's a lot of fucked up shit in the world. Yeah, humans can do some depraved shit, right? Real fucked up shit. Oh. Alright, let us do... Oh yeah, there was another thing. Where was it? No, we already watched. Oh yeah, we gotta watch this one. This one's fucking insane. Oh yeah, there's this too. I forgot about these.
Bear with me, this is gonna... Wow.
Anyways.
May 15th in California. It is Thursday, May 15th,
Hello.
and California Governor Gavin Newsom taking to the podium this morning announcing his policies have failed. Californians wasted your tax dollars for absolutely no reason. Announcing a surprise 2025 budget deficit.
Took it and
again. Wait till you see this. Also,
became Schmiegel with it and fucking ran off.
Court on birthright citizenship. We're going to show you that and why it's so important to Trump's mass deportation agenda and a slew of other policies. Also, Trump successfully brokering peace talks this morning between Ukraine and Russia, happening now. They're still ongoing, and more stories as well from around the country. But before we get started, thank you for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps out the channel, and consider subscribing so you don't miss these regular updates. So 3 years ago, in 2022, Gavin Newsom made a spectacle out of his party's universal health care bill.
Gavin Newsom made a spectacle?
Moderate members of the California Assembly said at the time was fiscally irresponsible. We're not talking conservative members here. We're talking down the middle politicians who could see what any rational person saw when looking at the fine print of that bill. We cannot afford this. It's unfair to all Californians, using our tax dollars to provide free health care to illegal aliens. It's unfair. Nobody agrees to this.
Yeah.
Did he listen? Did he heed that advice? No, he did not. In fact, the Gavin Newsom of 2022 was a very different person from Gavin today. Think back to 2022, the height of the Biden administration, a time when Dem-run states were still wielding power over their constituents through emergency orders, pandemic preparedness. This was right after Gavin closed all the beaches in California, instituted curfews, closed state parks and schools. His party was on like a full-fledged race to the left, and Gavin was intent on winning it. In 2022, he still thought he had a chance to be the party's presidential nominee. So what did he do? He not only endorsed this bill, but helped usher it through the legislature at lightning speed, ignoring all the warnings, clear warnings that it was unaffordable. There was no way to afford this. Here he was making the announcement, throwing a party that California will be the first state in the union to offer universal health care to all Californians and to all illegal aliens, to everyone and anyone.
Yeah, right.
We're just giving our money away. Watch.
California is poised to be, if this proposal is supported,
See?
first state.
This is what the Asmongold and the Hassans and all those fuck boys want, right? They want to give it all to these illegal fuckheads. Hassan probably wants to give it to illegal fuckheads. Asmongold probably doesn't want to give it to illegal fuckheads, but this is what they're doing. This is why I will never, ever trust in universal basic shit. Because they're trying to use it in the wrong fucking way. Fuck these people. Until they say the right thing and use it in the right way, I will not trust these fuckheads. Not even the fucking content creators on these fucking platforms. They're all shady as fuck. They don't know shit.
In the country to achieve universal access.
They would die so easly.
So what does that mean? It means full scope Medi-Cal.
Man, some of these people on the front lines, I'd fucking slice their throats.
To all low-income Californians.
Fuck these people.
Regardless of immigration status. Regardless of their age, regardless of their immigration status. Full implementation will initiate January 2024.
Well, what do you know? Fast forward to today. Newsom announcing this morning he is ending this policy in failure. It turns out California can't afford it.
Yeah,
what
no
do you
duh.
know?
We already have a
He
deficit.
is freezing enrollment in Medi-Cal
with what money are you going to do all this shit, by the way?
Starting in 2026, and get this,
because everything costs money, right?
Existing Medi-Cal recipients
even your universal
your
universal basic shit all costs money.
So much for
are you
going to
pay for that shit?
You can't make this up. In a matter of months, Newsom manages to turn a $363 million surplus
are you gonna
into
pay
a
for the unwantedness?
$16 deficit. 3 months ago, he came out hailing California was running a surplus in 2025. $363 million surplus, he said, for 2025. Something everyone was scratching their heads over. How in the world was that even possible? Well, it turns out it wasn't. Admitting this morning his calculations when he said that were horribly wrong.
He literally had a fucking shotgun up his asshole.
2025's revenues. And guess
what?
Guess
who
he's blaming for this shortfall? I hope you're sitting down. President Donald Trump, of course. Watch.
When we last met in this room, we estimated we said it was in essence a balanced budget, $363 million. That was the estimate in the January presentation, all things being equal. Interestingly, since January, the presentation that I provided you had a revenue projection, and we were off.
Oh, yeah,
we were significantly off. The revenue that came in from January through April exceeded our expectation by $7.9 billion.
Huh. Yeah, right.
The economy of California was humming. An additional $7.9 billion above our projections we were collecting. That has significantly changed since the actions of this administration. We now project on the basis of the work that's been done by not only our finance team, but those experts that we counsel. And
oh yeah, I don't think he took into the account of the Palisades fire, right? Right, the Palisades fires and all the bullshit that's going on in California. I don't think he's taking into account of all that.
Engage in an independent review of our estimates. We estimate that the impacts that I just laid out as it relates to what's going on in Washington, D.C., instead of seeing that increase in revenue,
he's just going to blame it on
April
Trump, isn't
that
he?
we were experiencing, $7.9 billion.
He's just going to blame it on Trump,
We're going to see an
isn't
impact
he?
about a $16 billion downturn.
Oh yeah, he
not
says Trump slump.
all
Yeah, right
in
there.
The next fiscal year.
He blames it
but
all
fiscal
on
year
Trump.
plus
What a
one.
fucking
This goes
idiot.
into basically a 2-year.
Oh, fucker.
Another
You're
story,
the one who
President Trump
did
announcing
this.
an Iran nuke deal is
Biden.
very, very likely. The White House sending Iran a written proposal toward forging a new nuclear deal. Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, has apparently been meeting behind the scenes with Iran for weeks, holding round-the-clock negotiations, making this possible. The proposal was given to Iran's foreign minister last week, who carried it back to Tehran, hand-delivering it to their supreme leader. Trump announcing the progress at this morning's press conference in Qatar, saying we are in very serious negotiations with Iran for long-term peace. We're getting close to maybe doing a deal without having to do this, as there are 2 steps to doing this. There is a very, very nice step, and then there's a very violent step. But I don't want to have to do the second. Watch what he said.
Probably read today the story about Iran is
Look, honestly,
agreed to the terms.
Honestly, I want us to pull back from all these fucking conflicts. I don't want any of this shit. If we're going to be going into conflicts, just fucking nuke them. Fuck out of here. Just fucking drone strike them. Don't give a fuck about them. Predator missile them. Fuck them. Right? Fuck these people. Right? If they want help from us, then they're gonna have to fucking divvy up some shit. Fuck these people.
They're not going to make, I call it in a friendly way, nuclear dust. We're not going to be making any nuclear dust in Iran. And we've been strong. I want them to succeed. I want them to end up being a great country.
I'm
frankly,
sick of people blaming the U.S. for everything when some of it is also their own fucking making.
One
It's like,
sentence,
get
they
the
can't
fuck
have a
outta
nuclear
here.
weapon.
You blame the U.S. for all your
I think we're
bullshit,
getting
but
close to
have you
maybe doing
have you
a deal
taken a
without
look in the
having to
fucking mirror?
do this.
Take
There's
a
2
look at
steps.
your
There's
own
a
goddamn
very, very
country
nice
and how it
step, and
is.
there's a violent
You
step.
still blame
The
fucking
violence
Trump?
like
Get the fuck
people
out.
haven't seen before. And I hope we're not going to have to do this. I don't want to do the second step. Some people do. Many people do. I don't want to do that step. So we'll see what happens. But we're in very serious
Shit, you could blame
negotiations
Biden
with
more
Iran
than fucking Trump.
for long-term peace. And if we do that, it'll
At
be
least fucking
fantastic.
Trump is actually doing something
Futures
about it.
falling through the floor this morning, falling 3% to only $60 a barrel on expectations this deal will be happening, which would ease sanctions and increase crude oil supply bigly. Should this deal go through, gas prices would hit a brand new record low. They're already falling, but they'd hit a new floor should Iran be allowed to sell their oil on the open market again. In another story, the U.S. Supreme Court
I mean, if
hearing
you, a lot of
arguments
these
this morning
people
on
are still
birthright
sanctioned, right?
citizenship, and appears to be
China
leaning
is
in
probably
Trump's
still. I think
favor.
China's
This
still
would be
sanctioned, right?
huge. The
Russia's still
stakes
sanctioned.
massive. On Trump's first day back in office on January
Iran,
20th,
right? Just
he signed
still
an
sanctioned
EO
on the
seeking
oil
to
stuff.
limit birthright citizenship, directing all federal
Or
agencies
has
to
been for a while
deny
now, right?
automatic citizenship to children born in the U.S. if neither parent is a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident. The purpose was to target the children of undocumented immigrants. 3 parties at the time sued the Trump administration over this EO, the state of New Jersey, Washington, and someone else. The case making its way all the way to the Supreme Court. That's what this case this morning is about. And it
The
looks
birthright citizenship,
like the 5 conservative justices are leaning in favor of the Trump administration's argument. Again, this would be huge because the case they're looking at isn't around the constitutionality of birthright citizenship, but around the nationwide injunctions. If nationwide injunctions imposed by these local judges,
it was
these local
it was the
judges are valid
Yeah, exactly.
This could end.
No, yeah, it was the local judges who were trying to impose nationwide shit. Are you fucking insane? You know how fucking insane that sounds? That sounds like that person's better than the Supreme Court. Or better than the fucking president himself. Like, what? Doesn't make any fucking sense. These are local judges. They have nothing to do with this shit.
The judicial
This is federal shit. Get the fuck out of here.
activism we've been
Go to the circuit courts, not your fucking lower bullshit court. Get the fuck out of here.
seeing for 3 straight months. Every time Trump tries to do something, some local activist judge
it's
steps
some
in,
fucking lower
ordering a
court
nationwide
faggot.
injunction and stopping it in its tracks. That could end today or soon if the Supreme
I
Court
hope the judges are
rules
listening.
in Trump's
Fucking
favor.
assholes.
CNN even recognizing
I don't mind
how
gutting
big
a lot
deal
of
this
you.
is. This could change the
Fucking
dynamic.
some of you guys are not my
greatly,
representatives.
and how completely
Same with lawyers.
unprepared
Same with
Democrats have
politicians.
been
I
in
didn't fucking vote
combating
for your bitch
all of this
asses.
so far, combating Trump so far, effectively
you
calling
guys.
Trump unstoppable. This was great. Watch.
You want people to know education? Well, you got someone who can
And
fucking
Jamie,
kill people.
Just on the politics of this isn't haphazard inside the
I can literally build
Justice
bombs and
Department
kill
inside
people if
the
I really
White
wanted
House.
to.
This is the kind of strategy that
You made a
Trump
fucking
world
software engineer into a
spent 4
fucking
years when
electrician
Biden
and a
was in the White
fucking
House
scientist who can
mapping
fucking
out.
lobotomize
You stole
people,
my word. It
flay
is the
people
strategy,
alive.
And beyond the confusion and the chaos, I think we also have to take a look at this with the words judicial power.
You made a scientist who
So
knows
in
all of
so
your
many of
fucking
these
darkest
cases,
shit and can
President
fucking
Trump
put it out
has
on your
used
bullshit.
very effectively
I can hunt
speed
every one of
as
you
a
fucking
weapon.
down too.
And numbers, 200 executive orders, all of these actions. So if you talk to
Even with the
legal
fucking
scholars
feds, you
or
want to bring the
political
feds,
people who are
please.
concerned about what he's doing, this
Please
is a time
bring the
they will
feds.
say,
Even the feds
the
will
red
fucking get a
light is
fucking knife in
blinking,
their neck.
5-alarm
Fuck those
fire.
people. Shady ass
What
fucks.
is an effective
Y'all are
check and
shady
balance
as shit.
on President Trump? The Republican Congress
Doing
is
your
not
fucking black
going to
ops
stop him.
operations,
So
fucking
the fact
getting
that this
people,
goes to the point of judicial power
importing a
in
lot of
these
fucking
courts,
issues, killing
people
people,
have been
yeah.
looking at the courts and judges and
Importing
saying,
drugs,
"It's on
yeah.
you."
Still doing that
And now,
war on drugs thing.
depending
How's
on
that
how
going?
the Supreme Court rules,
It's going to be on all of them.
Yeah.
But I think that seen in the context of the amassing of power by the president here, by President Trump specifically, right?
In another story, President Trump successfully organizing peace talks today between Ukraine and Russia, the first direct talks between these countries since 2022. Putin sending his investment envoy and close aide Kirill Dmitriev to Istanbul to meet with Zelensky personally. But of course, Zelensky making things difficult, arriving but refusing to join the talks directly, saying he promised on multiple occasions never to speak to a Russian while this war was ongoing. So he sends his defense minister in his place. You gotta be kidding. Russia's delegation telling reporters,
yeah, don't
they're
send a
happy to be
messenger.
there.
I'll
They're
tell
happy
that
to start
messenger to fucking
negotiating
noose themselves.
with the Ukrainian side. President Trump saying today he doesn't think the war will end, but he's happy these talks
Or I'll
are
give them a
taking place. He's
message
happy he was able to organize
and make
them,
sure that
saying Putin's
it's
the
a
one
blood
holding
message
the
that their
cards
guts
to
spilled
end this
out.
war, saying nothing's going to happen
damn it,
until
sorry.
Putin and I get together, figure out how to bring
I'm
it
so sick and
to a
fucking
close.
tired of people.
Roll the tape.
Nothing's going to happen until Putin and I get together, okay? And obviously
Okay.
he wasn't going to go. He was going to go, but he thought I was going to go. He wasn't going if I wasn't there. And I don't believe anything's going to happen, whether you like it or not, until he and I get together. But we're going to have to get it solved because too many people are dying.
Look, the bottom line is if it weren't for Trump pushing this war to an end, I don't think it ever would. Until Russia just completely dominates
Well, I mean, you had
Ukraine. But we'd
Biden
be
just
funding
perpetuate
them
it more,
for
right? When he
years,
said some
20
of this
years from now, I
shit.
bet we'd still be sending money over there, just like we did with Afghanistan. Trump really is the peacemaker in chief.
Yeah, Biden ruined
All right,
Afghanistan.
that wraps up this
too.
episode. Like, subscribe. We'll see
Literally
you next
got 15 soldiers killed. Yikes. 15 of our own countrymen died because of his dumbass. What do you got? A disgusting house.
Ogden City Police! Search warrant! You probably know someone a little kooky who's got too many animals in their house. Maybe your weird aunt has 12 cats or some crazy thing. Well, this guy puts her to shame. Do you want to guess how many dogs police discovered in this house? Let's go inside and see if you can figure it out.
Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? Holy shit, that is a pen. What the fuck? Is this like the 101 Dalmatians? Like, what the fuck? This is insane.
You have to imagine with that many dogs how bad that house must smell.
Dude,
Listen
yeah,
to this.
what the fuck? Yeah, it probably smells like shit. What the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, this bitch is like the living, breathing 101 Dalmatians
Officer
couple.
leave the house and discuss getting masks due to how overwhelming it is.
My eyes burn. Ammonia is not good, bro.
My eyes burn, man. It's not good, bro. Yeah, that's bad.
Need them later, but you definitely. We're gonna.
You need to, yeah, you need some masks. You need to gear. Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, they're just everywhere. What the fuck? There's like flies and shit everywhere.
Well, you're gonna need to guess how many cats are in here too.
What the
Let's not
fuck?
delay. I'll give you the answers. Congratulations if you guessed dogs 157.
What the
Cats,
fuck?
11.
No.
How can this be real life?
No, my
Let's find out
god.
who did this and what kind of trouble
157
he's
small
in.
dogs. What
Police
the fuck?
serving charging documents to 73-year-old Miguel Salgado Vargas, the man accused of a troubling crime, hoarding dozens of animals in his house.
Want to say about all those dogs in your house? Can we talk to you about that?
Oh,
he's 637.
Motherfucker speaks Mexican. He's Spanish. What the fuck? What the? Out of your fucking mind. Who does this shit?
Charges that Salgado Vargas is facing are Class
No.
B misdemeanors according.
Is he Venezuelan? What the Cuban? He was speaking Spanish. What the fuck?
To the Utah State Code that could carry up to.
He's in Utah. Oh my god.
6 months in jail per one of those charges.
Take a look at the charging documents right here. Unbelievable. Never seen anything like this in my over 30 years in the news business here.
Dude, how has this guy been hoarding so many pets?
Sharon Bolos is a Weber County
And
Commissioner.
that place is a pigsty too. Like, how is he keeping them? What the fuck? I'm so confused.
And also the interim director of the Weber County Animal Shelter that
I
took all the
don't
dogs
fucking
in.
get it,
It was
dude.
unbelievable to just see that many animals and envision them being in one house.
Yeah, that's almost inhumane. That place probably smells like shit. Smells like fucking rotten eggs because of all the piss. How is he feeding all these? Those dogs look malnourished a little bit. Like, what the fuck?
Other shelters or
What
have
is
been
going
adopted.
on?
I'm pleased that the dogs were found and they were able to be rescued and taken out of that situation.
Oh my god, that was fucking wild. Jesus. Oh wait, I think we already saw this. Ay, 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 fucking, yeah, that was a crazy dog person. And, well, crazy pet person. Well, they had 11 cats. Fucking $157. Oh my god. You would not catch me with that fucking many pets. I would fucking put a fucking bullet in my brain. Jesus Christ. Fuck that. That's insane. Does that? How can you even care for that? What? I am baffled by that. Just straight baffled. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Alright, what do we got from Atozy?
These YouTubers just had their channel terminated after harassing multiple people in public for attention on social media.
As usual. Oh no, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why would you do that?
What are you doing? Hello? Filming a prank video doesn't justify seat dropping a sleeping stranger at an airport. Let's be real. The only thing this dude should be jumping on is a treadmill. But these guys started a YouTube channel with one prank, and 10 years later, they're now banned from multiple platforms and facing serious legal consequences. But I guess that's just the journey of these pranksters on YouTube. These guys have been on my radar for a while, but I did not know how much these guys have actually done until 15 Minutes of Shame made a video. And thankfully, because of him, a lot of this footage was actually saved because I just had him bookmarked like a rookie. Normally, I would download this stuff, but I managed to forget on this case. So that's also what happens when you keep track of like 500 different nuisances all across the internet. But recently, they decided to come back to YouTube, and YouTube's response to that was just to terminate them.
Fuck
And
out.
apparently, this was far from the first time YouTube had to remove these guys, as it was just in 2023 when they posted a physical confrontation with an older man in a grocery store where they harassed him until he snapped.
What's wrong with you?
Ain't nothing wrong with me.
Can you apologize to him?
Stuff around, you know.
He didn't though. He didn't. I did.
Hey.
I did, buddy.
Oh, hey, what the hell?
So you're choking him, buddy.
Hey.
Well, I mean, because you're trying to take his stuff.
You're choking him.
Essentially, they keep stealing this old man's groceries as he's trying to check out. When asked to stop over 10 times, they continue to do so, and he snapped. But even though he snapped, that was exactly the content they wanted, so they continued.
Yeah, they continue because they snapped.
What's wrong? No,
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's so fucking dumb. Why would you fuck with an old dude like that? You obviously know the old
And I guess
dude's
when the
gonna
larger guy finally stopped, his friend continued.
Oh, look at this.
It's just the bottom of the barrel content. They basically go into public,
Yeah,
report themselves rage
basically
baiting,
being a
and YouTube
nuisance,
said,
and then
hey,
they get
we'll just
mad
remove
that
you from
the
this
dude
platform.
attacks
And honestly,
them back.
I'm not surprised in this case. This gang of
Started the
pranksters have
shit.
essentially been YouTube rejects for about 10 years. I say the term
So what
YouTube
happened to him?
rejects because they've been terminated from YouTube quite a
old
few
guy?
times. And it all started
just two
basically
people
10
being
years
a
ago in
nuisance to the
2016.
old guy,
Back in
and then the old
2016,
guy
they decided to
got
pull off what
fucking
they
fed
thought
up
would be
and
the next
started fighting
big
back.
viral moment, a highway basketball game. I
The
mean, it's pretty
YouTuber?
self-explanatory. They just set up a toy basketball hoop and started playing basketball in the middle of a busy intersection.
Yeah, this YouTuber.
Yes. You're choking.
This guy. Yeah. He's the one he's fucking with the old guy, like I said. And then the old guy got mad at him, and then he fucked with him. What?
Positive with this video is they weren't harassing people for content here. They were just contributing to traffic and being morons and putting themselves and other people's lives in danger. But at least they weren't harassing people.
Edward Gonzalez and Roland Zepeda Jr. crave notoriety. How else
Just
to
confused
explain
with the title. How
basketball
did it
games in the
destroy
middle
his
of
life?
Houston's
Oh,
highway?
well, I mean, he's doing it in public, and then he's now on the fucking news. Like, what? Also, this is just the beginning. You gotta watch the whole video, you fucking retard.
When we talked to Zepeda earlier this week, he seemed proud.
I don't think it's okay, but I think it's funny.
But now the cousins are facing obstruction of highway charges.
Fine.
So
Yeah,
Zepeda
sucks.
was only willing to talk to us through FaceTime.
We just entertain people and got love and we got hate. This one pretty much is like, I don't know if it balanced out, but we're not here to hurt nobody.
I mean, it shouldn't take a genius to realize that's a bad idea, but it didn't take long for the police to catch wind of this as they got arrested. Edward Gonzalez, he was charged with obstruction of roadway and went to jail with a $5,000 bond. Roland Zepeda was also
So do you
charged,
want that
and
kind
they
of
ended
jail
up going to
time? I don't
jail
mind
for
giving
about
that to
3
you.
months.
Actually, I'd
But
rather
here's the
just
kicker.
kill you.
Their stunt went viral.
Because you're
and because
fucking
of that,
annoying. I'm just
I
kidding.
guess they thought they were... So they spent some time in jail. but that didn't stop them because they wanted to come
man,
back
you could have
stronger
just
than
went
ever.
executioner
In fact,
on
they
them
just
like
went with the
fucking
attitude of
earlier.
they don't care about
Fucking
consequences
SAS
and ran with it.
executing
Because in their
people.
next genius move, it was just to physically assault people directly.
It wasn't a humorous experience.
It
when you
wasn't
felt
a
like
humor.
you were being attacked.
Yeah, I know.
This
I
is
wonder.
Robo in
Yeah.
blue, featured in one of the cousins'
What the
videos where
fuck?
they approach
Literally just
strangers
came
that
up
are
to the
vandals
dude
and
and
stuck
started
Q-tips
touching his
in
face.
their
What the
ears.
fuck?
If I had the opportunity to sue them or press charges, I would have done it.
The cousins aren't new to brushes with the law. Both have been arrested numerous times.
Okay, so by 2017, they weren't even trying to get a laugh anymore. They were just
Yeah, remember that North Korean brother King, what I forgot what his name. But yeah, some YouTubers went up to him and killed him by putting some fucking ointment on him, and it was like some poisonous ointment that killed him. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, and those girls that fucking did it, yeah, they probably got hung.
going full throttle with harassing strangers, invading their personal space, and even pulling pranks where they physically touched people without their consent.
Next. Bro, hold on, bro. Hey, it's okay. I was next. I was next. Hey, can you? Jackass. Can you? Why are you hitting me? I was next. It doesn't.
I saw one of his videos. He was funny at first when he made one where he was dressed in a teddy bear outfit, but his videos kind of got mad when he stopped doing the teddy bear suit. What? He got a teddy bear?
Matter, you don't get to hit people.
Sorry,
It's
what?
like they were on a mission
Teddy
to
bear
become the most
suit?
disliked
What the
YouTubers
fuck?
around. Actually,
So
a
he
pretty
was a
hard title to
furry,
get,
is what
but
you're
They were
saying.
really going for it. And the way they were really going for this title was the prank randomly kissing strangers. Well, that's disgusting. And then on top of that, filming.
Wait, he
yourself
was
doing that, sounds
randomly
like a good
kissing
way to get
strangers,
charged.
dude? What the
But what do
fuck
I
is
know?
going on?
Let's go, man. I say good morning.
What the fuck?
I'll just say good morning. I'll just say good morning, bro.
Yeah, that was
Hey, what are you
fucking.
doing, bro?
What are you
doing?
trying to
gotta
do?
all physical?
You're gonna walk behind me and kiss my head.
Look,
You know me, dog.
listen, that wasn't me.
It wasn't me. What the
I
fuck?
feel like I say this a lot at this point, but what a fascinating use of free will. I mean,
Jesus
there is
Christ.
no way.
Why do
around
I
this.
want to watch
I don't
this
want
teddy
this
bear
content
prank?
to
This guy's a
exist.
fucking idiot.
We can go along on the internet and not have this here. We don't need these pranksters. I feel like a lot of the topics I cover fall into the category of laughably stupid, where
You're
it's
talking
so
about the
stupid
giant
it
teddy
kind
bear
of
prank
becomes
guy?
funny, but it's still like, come on,
Go
why
to
would you
one-
ever do that? This is just outright sad. Alongside of Johnny has become sad.
This is
Vitaly
not the guy.
has
This is
become
someone
just
else.
straight up sad. But I guess Johnny has rookie numbers of time compared to these guys because these guys, they've been filming themselves committing assault for nearly a decade on YouTube. Hence why they've been wiped off the platform. And they can't even use the excuse of we're not
no.
hurting anyone. Like,
That's
dude,
him?
when
What do you
you're
mean that's
kissing people without their
Brother,
consent?
you
when
know
you're
how many
seat-dropping
people fucking do
when you're
this?
assaulting them. Just get out of here, dude. We don't want you. Get
What the fuck
away.
are you
Get off my
talking
lawn.
about?
I just
Oh,
firmly
the
stand
teddy
my
bear
ground here on
one.
this channel where
Brother, you
I
know
wanna
how
live
many
in a
fucking
world
people
where
do
we can
this
go out
shit?
in public and there's a 0% chance of some prank channel or IRL streamer
the
harassing
fuck?
you in public without your consent for their own content,
What is wrong
especially
with
for
you?
profit. I don't think anyone wants to live in a world like that.
Let me send it to you? No, don't send it to me, you fucking weirdo. What kind of you fucking dumbass?
No, I'm saying good day. Good day.
Don't even know what the fuck you're
even
talking
with
about half the
YouTube
time. Don't
cracking
even
down on
send
this
it to me.
content,
You
they just
fucking
kept getting
weirdo.
bolder. During the pandemic, when everyone's
I
stuck
want shit
inside
from
and the
you.
tensions were high, these guys came out of the woodwork yet again, trying to capitalize on the madness. But instead of keeping it light, they just got worse.
This is my store.
This ain't
okay?
your store.
It is my store.
It's not.
If you feel
This
like
is me moments
before getting
Damn, calm down. No, fuck you, you weirdo.
You jump. Look, I'm right here.
was afraid
Okay.
At least the upside for them is they might
See,
get
I
some
can't.
views, but the
There's too
downside
many
is
of 'em.
jail time, getting banned, or getting their asses beat by security guards or men they randomly assault. It's just fascinating that so many people would rather snitch on themselves for internet attention, but also I have a feeling it's just going to get worse. We're seeing real time that it's actually getting worse and worse. But moral of the story, you can't keep harassing people for views and expect things are always going to go your way. And it honestly is really just for zero upside because these guys are now banned everywhere. So that makes it hard to get monetized. And it's safe to say that getting a criminal record for some YouTube
Until you fix
prank
your
content,
behavior, don't send
that
me
definitely
shit.
increases the difficulty of getting a job. I guess they just wanted to burden others for attention so they could increase the difficulty of their own
Goddamn
life.
child.
Maybe
Yeah,
they should try
I
to
don't
add
see
some
this thing.
value to society and the marketplace next time, but who knows? They might go off into the sunset or...
Is there? Oh, well, I guess we can go to like 15 minutes of shame to get it.
return with even worse pranks than what we've seen up until now. But I guess it all depends on how many times they want to relive that whole flywheel of making a terrible prank, getting banned, creating a new channel, making a terrible prank, getting banned, potentially getting arrested, getting
Holy
banned.
shit, so many
making
Johnny
terrible-
Smollys.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it all goes in cycles now.
And
So
50
how many
minutes of
times do
shame
they want
has
to do that
been
cycle? I don't know. They've been
blasting.
doing it for a decade, so maybe they have another decade in them. But hey, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. And YouTube thinks you'll enjoy that video, so I recommend checking it out. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
And as a mistake, roughly said this guy was a Salim the Dream. Currently editing this portion out. YouTube will update the video within a couple. Wait, what?
Actually been YouTube rejects for about 10 years. I say the term YouTube rejects because they've been terminated from YouTube quite a few times. And it all started basically 10 years ago in 2016. Back in 2016, they decided to pull off what they thought would be the next big viral moment, a highway basketball game. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. They just set up a toy basketball hoop and started playing. Seed dropping is sleeping. They're now banned on YouTube. It was saved because I just had them bookmarked like a rookie. Normally, I would download this. The response to that was just to terminate them. Physical. So.
Oh, you know what? I think I've already seen this one, actually. Yeah, back on 15 minutes of shame, now that I think about it. So they actually finally got fucked. Yeah, good thing the pranksters are now getting fucked. Yeah, a lot of pranksters have been getting fucked. Also, a lot of IRL streamers, too. Because of all this stupid, fucking illegal fucking activity they're doing on stream. For clicks and views. What I got? Victim realizes her rescue. Rescuer is another predator. Oh, it sounds like Little Shite. Oh, just kidding. God damn it, I'm sorry.
This is going to sound crazy, but you know the southernmost web point cam? I could almost swear that I saw somebody get. She was crying. She got in her car, then she wanted to get out. There was a group of young men chasing her.
More than 1,600 miles from the scenic Florida Keys, a 911 dispatcher witnesses a woman's savage assault unfold live on a public webcam.
Bear with me.
On a public
September
webcam?
10th, Wing is based on her search for news that uncovers a night assault unfold. Witnesses a woman's savage assault unfold live on a public webcam. Set
Jesus.
against the backdrop of
Oh,
one of
so they were.
Florida's most
Oh,
iconic
wow. They were actually
landmarks.
doing it on
What
purpose.
follows is a trail of disturbing clues that uncovers a night full of terror and how her search for safety led her straight into the hands of another predator.
I called the cops.
The following is
I
based
called the
on
cops.
official
Come on.
police
No, he
records,
didn't.
and some of the footage has
No, he
never been
didn't.
seen before. On the night of September 10th, 2021, police in Key West, Florida, received a distressing call from a man who witnessed a brutal assault.
Hi, my name is Don Williams. I'm actually calling from Boston, but bear with me. This is going to sound crazy, but I'm at work, and I had the, you know, the southernmost web point cam?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I could almost swear that a little while ago, I've been busy. My phone keeps ringing here. I'm a 911 operator, but I could almost swear that I saw somebody get.
The southernmost point, a towering concrete buoy, stands as the southernmost publicly accessible point in the continental United States. A beloved tourist attraction, it draws countless visitors and is constantly monitored by a 24/7 live webcam. But for Dawn, the landmark's cheerful backdrop took a dark and unexpected turn when it became the scene of a brutal assault.
I saw it, at first I thought it was a guy and a girl clowning around, And then they went behind the monument thing there, the thing I'm talking about, the southernmost thing. And all of a sudden, she come out, and it looked like she was fighting. She fell flat on her face. Her shoes fell off, and she ran in one direction, and he was pulling up his pants, and he ran in the other direction. And then he came back with looked like a gray four-door car, and
Gray
jumped out
four-door
and ran over
car.
there and grabbed what looked like maybe her underpants and her dress or something. I don't know. The only thing that concerned me more than anything was the way she ran. And then a bunch of people were around, and they ran in. When they came back, it looked like maybe the same girl, and they had a T-shirt on her, so I think she might have been not wearing anything when she ran away. And he came back and scooped up her clothes.
Dawn wasn't the first to raise the alarm. Just moments after the attack, a couple only a block from the southernmost point landmark called
another
911
account.
in a panic as they tried to help the victim.
Naked girl came running out at the end of the block here. She was crying. She got in her car, and then she wanted to get out. There was a group of young men chasing her. I don't know where she went. You need to get police officers down here, though. There was like 4 guys.
We've already got them en route.
Look at the corner.
How many men were chasing her?
Four, it was maybe 3 guys and 1 girl. And I noticed they were in short. Yeah, they had the shirt off. And there's people out looking. Come on, let's go, go.
Did she say anything when she got in the car with you?
No, she just said, get out of here. Go. She said, go, drive, get out of here. Okay, who's this following me?
And maybe our officers are in the area.
Why is the caravan following me?
Oh my God.
People. Now, these dudes are checking me out. They're probably out looking for her.
Just stay in your vehicle, keep your doors locked.
I am. I know, right.
You should be seeing the officers.
I need an officer right here.
All right, just flag them down.
Officers with the Key West Police Department searched around the buoy, locating a few haunting remnants, a pair of sandals and a black pair of women's underwear. They also identified a group of witnesses, 4 males and 1 female, learning they were the ones the couple had earlier suspected was chasing the victim. They told officers they saw 2 people behind the buoy, appearing to be having intercourse. One witness reported hearing a short scream from the girl, which abruptly stopped before the suspect led her behind the buoy. Afterwards, he saw the female run away, and the man returned to his vehicle while putting his pants back on. They chased her to offer help, but stopped after they saw her enter the couple's vehicle. The victim was quickly located when police received their 3rd call of the night.
Yeah, I'm the night manager here at Southernmost Beach Resort. There is a female. She just walked in the lobby. She was naked. She doesn't remember anything. She doesn't remember why she's naked. She said that she believed that she was by somebody. And ma'am. She, Larry tries to get it. She's trying to go to the
let her
wrong
know
side.
that we have help coming to her.
The police is here already.
Okay, you see them? Okay, great.
The 31-year-old female was leaving the lobby when police arrived at the resort, located near the intersection where she jumped out of the couple's car. Police noted she was distraught and hyperventilating and requested an ambulance. Initially hesitant, the woman confirms she was assaulted, recalling that the incident took place against a tree, curiously several blocks from where the webcam had captured her near the southernmost point. The victim was taken to the Lower Keys Medical Center, where officers completed an assault kit and photographed multiple bruises and lacerations on her arm, knees, and thigh. Though she was able to recall some details of her night, a large portion of her memory was missing, leaving investigators with the daunting task of piecing together what truly happened to her. After she was discharged from the hospital, the victim returned to her hotel room, where officers helped her geolocate her missing iPhone. They found it discarded on the side of a nearby road and collected it. On her phone, investigators uncovered a deeply disturbing video.
Oh shit,
one
they
that would paint
filmed
a clear
it?
picture of the unthinkable horrors she endured by not 1, but 2 men.
Oh.
Out right now. Please, get me out of the car.
On the night of September 10th,
Yep,
the victim
she was
walked from her hotel to
fucking
a
basically
restaurant where she met a bartender.
date raped in
The
a
two
sense.
quickly became friends and relocated to a bar called Jack Flat's.
Yeah, the
where they
bar
met with several other
hopping, the
males.
fucking date
After
rape
watching
shit.
the football game, she recalled leaving the area on foot with one of the men who attacked her. Surveillance footage outside
Probably
the bar
drugged her
captured
drink or
walking with a
something.
man wearing a maroon dress shirt, notably not the same male who was seen in the webcam footage during her assault at the southernmost point. Additional surveillance footage from the area would show the same male riding a bicycle with a distinctive Cuban flag sticker and red seat cover. As they searched the streets for more cameras, investigators found the same bicycle now locked to a bike rack. They set up surveillance, but the suspect never returned for it. However, a closer look at the bike revealed a sticker for Truman Bike Shop. Receipts identified the owner of the bicycle as 30-year-old Jorge Calderon Nunez, who was no stranger to Key West detectives. On May 10, 2021, just 4 months earlier, one of his former co-workers accused him of breaking into her home through her window in the middle of the night and squeezing her calf muscles as she slept. The night of September 10th, a witness saw Jorge and the victim walking together shortly after she left Jack Flat's bar. According to the witness, the victim appeared drunk and he saw her throwing up on the sidewalk. As they turned the corner, the witness overheard her say to Jorge, "It was nice to meet you, but I can make it from here." Although she tried to walk away, Jorge approached her again. At that point, the witness returned to his guest house and didn't see what happened next. Moments later, her phone would capture Jorge dragging her into the shadows between two buildings. Still images and GPS from the video identified the location as a small area between a law firm
Real-life
and real estate
GTA in
office,
the making.
less than a block away from the Monroe County Courthouse. During the recording, which lasts over 7 minutes, a second male can be seen approaching. 2 male voices can be heard speaking in both English and Spanish, while the victim cries in the background, clearly saying no multiple times. At one point, Jorge can be heard saying, "This is my chica, don't look at her," while the other male, who identifies himself as Calvin, tells him to stop. Despite Calvin and Jorge arguing back and forth, the assault continues. At this point, Calvin appears to offer what she believes is a helping hand, but her night of terror is far from over.
Yeah, I got a car with you. Come on. I work here. I do security in this complex.
I do security in this complex. Yeah, that's a liar. That's a fucking liar. What is this?
Footage from street surveillance cameras captured the moment Calvin helped her into his vehicle.
Holy shit, this is 35 minutes? No, I'm not watching all this. Jesus Christ. You're out of your fucking mind.
So, I came to you guys, but, you know, what I heard was stop.
Oh yeah, it is them.
I mean, if you were enjoying it, if you were enjoying it, I would leave.
Just watch the beginning, it shows his
You weren't
face.
enjoying it. He lied to you, right? What did he tell you? He's gonna take you to your place?
All I wanted to do was walk back to my place.
Do you wanna fuck? Oh, do you wanna hug? That's what she said.
Hook up with him at all.
She had no way of knowing that the man offering help was another ruthless predator in disguise.
Jesus.
Later identified as 37-year-old Uber driver.
Oh yeah, there's the
Carrie
Carrie Calvin. Yeah.
Please take me directly to.
But I wanna fuck you. Jesus.
No. Take me directly to my.
What? She's gonna get assaulted.
Right now. Please. Get me out.
She's gonna get assaulted again.
The footage then shows the victim attempting to exit Carrie's vehicle, at which
Jesus
point the
Christ.
recording abruptly ends. Webcam video showed that Carrie put his hands over the victim's mouth and forcefully dragged her while she tried to resist. Carrie then forced her behind the buoy, where he attacked her for several minutes before she ran from the scene, climbing into the car of the couple who called 911 before fleeing once again. Perhaps unwilling to trust more strangers after suffering 2 separate assaults from both Jorge and Carrie.
Oh,
Carrie
yeah.
was found the same night and taken to the police station for an interview. Officers contacted his wife to inform her that they would be executing a search warrant. She agreed to meet with them, but she never showed up at the apartment. Carrie told investigators he was driving for Uber when he heard the victim scream and gave her a ride. He said she began rubbing his legs and asked him to pull over at the southernmost point, where they planned to have consensual sex. In an eerie statement, Carrie adds that she didn't try to fight or get away like someone who is being assaulted does, quickly adding the way they do in movies. The evidence, including cell phone and webcam footage, clearly reveals the truth. Her first attacker, Jorge, wasn't located until a week later on September 17th, when investigators located him on a commercial fishing boat. Upon showing the footage to Jorge, he responded perfect, and claimed to have
Oh,
little
well, they're
memory
not
of the
going to show.
evening in
Fuck,
question.
they're not going to show
The
her
victim's
photo
first
or
attacker,
the video.
30-year-old Jorge Calderon Nunez, was arrested for sexual battery and transported to the Monroe County Jail. In 2024, he accepted a plea deal for 3 separate charges, including burglary of a dwelling with assault or battery, and indecent exposure. The court imposed a combination of 3 years in Florida State Prison and 364 days in county jail, with 1 charge receiving credit for time served. The second attacker, 37-year-old Carrie Calvin Gasog, entered a plea of no contest to sexual battery, false imprisonment, and tampering with evidence. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison
Yeah,
with
because he did
756 days
right, he
credited
did
for
way
time
worse.
served, and ordered to an additional 5 years of probation upon his release.
Because he was acting like a helper, or he was fucking planning and malicious intent and shit like that. Fucking crazy ass motherfucker. Jesus. People are deranged. Alright, let's see what you fucking care so much about this fucking retard.
Like the Brahma Bull. That's what I
Yeah,
am.
oh yeah, that's right there. Yeah, it's him right there.
Wow, you the bear for real.
Yeah, but it's not even, it's his friend though, who's not in the costume.
It's a little, bro. I think I grew taller. Sir? Button me up.
Well, I mean, they're both in trouble. Well, it's the fat guy who's behind the camera. Or it's the one using the camera right now. Not the one in the suit. Actually, maybe both of them are? I don't remember. I think he was just talking about the guy using the camera right now. I don't know about why the fuck are you talking about it, you fucking weird? We were literally talking about it because the dude was causing a... We were only talking about it because he was doing illegal activity, okay? I did not care about the guy doing fucking stupid shit. I just came here, I don't... Why the fuck did you even bring up that retard? Oh my god. Do we gotta go back to the video for you? What is wrong with you? Why are you like this? Why are you fucking weirdo? You ruined it? How did I ruin it? You fucking started it. You came in here with your weird shit. You weren't even correct. Alright, oh yeah, the Diddy trials are going on right now. They got past the fucking jury selection, and I think they're going right into opening statements and shit. Actually, they already did I think they already did one witness already. I can't remember. I'll try to find it later. I want my foreskin back? Yeah, you're not gonna get it back. I mean, you already have people chopping off their dicks. So, I mean, look at little shit. He probably chopped off his dick. I'm sorry. I was curious what you did because saw him on previously. But who was it? Tozy. Yeah, I mean, it was just being a nuisance, cause Causing a It was just a prank, bro.
These YouTubers just had their channel terminated after harassing multiple people in public for attention on social media.
There you go. They got kicked off the platform for harassing people. Is that good enough for you? Not only that, but you had officers. Right, you even had officers be like, "Get the what the fuck are you doing?" All right, so I mean, what more do you want? Are you trying to help? Are you trying to say these people aren't fucking doing illegal activity? Are you trying to save these people? What is wrong with you? Are you an illegal activity user? What are you doing? I mean, that's bad, but it made it sound like they got killed. What the fuck? No, brother. Do you see who pranksters are? Those people could not, they could never get the knife and fucking turn it on someone. All right, fuck you. You know how there are some people in this world who would not hurt a fly, and I'm pretty sure these people are those type of people. Right? There's people who would not cross that boundary. All right, I'm pretty sure what these guys are one of them. There's only certain people who will fucking cross that boundary. And yeah, like I said, those people aren't them.
This